Hi guys, I just knocked over my computer. Shoot. Okay. Hey, happy Monday. So I like doing Instagram lives. I think these are more fun. All right, so I have a really cool topic to talk about to you. It's not gonna be super long, but I think I just uncovered a whole new level of food and health. So I wanted to tell you something about cravings, and hold on one second. There. So I wanted to tell you about how cravings are actually a good sign, and they're a sign when you're having a craving for a food that you're trying to take out of your diet. It is actually a sign of an emotional detox. And I suppose you could also qualify it a little bit as a physical detox. We know that when we change the way that we eat, or if you're eliminating grains, or if you're eliminating junk food or something, you can feel drawn back to eating them when you first take them out. And I want to explain why that is and what's happening, and this other piece of it that is more to do with your emotions and your feelings than just the food and the physical. So here's what happens basically in your body to your cells. So you're born here on earth, and you have everything that you need to know how to eat. You know how much you want to eat, you know when you want to eat, so you cry and then you eat and then you're done when you're full. But as we grow, and because we've been exposed to a lot of different types of things that we've eaten in our body, things that really aren't ever supposed to be there, things that don't have a purpose for us, then the body has to adjust, because it's always supporting you and it's always trying to help you out and do the very best it can to keep you healthy and maintain your health and your alignment. And that means all the way down to the cellular level. So once you start to put things in your body like sugar, I'll just use sugar because it's a really good example to talk about with cravings. When you start to consume sugar, let's say you love cookies and you love cupcakes or whatever sugar is for you, your cells have to adapt. So they're used to like vibrating at this higher level of vibration when they only have real foods being given to them. So if you were eating only pure foods, only whole foods that had a purpose for you, then your cells would be vibrating correctly. And when you start to put in things like fake foods and processed foods and sugary foods, then they have to adjust. So they've altered their vibrational stance to be able to kind of like live in this new environment where you are eating cupcakes a lot of the time, okay? So they think that's normal. And so that has kicked off all this response physically in your body to make you want it to stay the same, basically, because you're so adaptive and you're so adaptable. So your body's just thinking that's the way it's gonna be for now. And so I need to adapt to this. And so it starts to send feedback and loops so that you continue to want that, because that's the way it is now. So you've made that your new normal. And when you want to break that habit and you want to break it and start to do something new and do something different, it's hard because your body is used to it now, and it just thinks that that's the way it's supposed to be. So it feels very different when that happens. So it actually only takes 3 days vibrationally to adjust back to vibrating without the sugar or the junk foods. But we have to catch up. And sometimes in that catch up, we get cravings. So you might have known, or if any of you guys did my sugar detox, that you probably felt like you wanted to eat something that you were eating the day before it started, or 3 days before it started, or whenever. And there's a reason for that. And so what I want to explain here is that when you have cravings, it's also a sign of a detox. Not just your body wanting something. So when your body craves sugar, it actually does need sugar, but not that kind of sugar. So your brain actually wants real glucose, and your liver needs enough glucose to have extra stored for it to function as well, and your adrenals need glucose. So we need to have this certain amount of glucose available in our blood, but it has to be the right kind. So on one side of the equation, when you get a sugar craving, your body and your brain is like, hey, I actually do need it, because you're likely in deficit, because if you've been eating a lot of processed foods, you haven't been making the space for the right kind. And so whenever you have any health condition or body condition that you don't like, it is, there's work to do, and part of that means like integrating more of the real foods into your body and into your life so it can heal and it can work better, because it will continue to get better and better and stronger and more vital and alive if you feed it that way. So you do need to eat the right kind of things. So you can, eat fruit. That's the best tip, honestly. But here's the other side. When you have when you eat sugar, it's coming from a lower vibration emotion, because you're actually motivated to eat based on those feelings and how you feel, how you've been thinking. So when you're coming into craving like sugary foods or something that isn't a good food for you, it's not from like this high vibrational state of mind, because if you were in a high vibrational state of mind or an overall higher vibrational state of mind on that topic, then you would be reaching towards something real, because your body will lean towards that, because that's what it really runs off of. So if you understand that initially there's some kind of emotional connection between the reason that you're eating that food. So it could be that you're feeling in a negative space you might be feeling anxious, you might be feeling mad or frustrated or sad or something. Or you might have a connection to some event, likely from a long time ago when you were influential as a child, that's linked. And so what happens when we eat foods that aren't really real, that aren't beneficial for us, is that low vibration emotion gets stored in our body. And we know that when stuff gets off in our body, it's emotions that are stuck, it's energy that is stuck. And so we need to move that energy, and that means we have to release those feelings as well as releasing the food. So there's a physical release, and there's the cravings on the physical side, and then there's this detox that happens on the emotional side. So you want to look at your cravings as a really good sign, because it means you're shifting stuff, and it means that you're moving in a new way and you're thinking about foods differently, and that's good. So you want to make sure that you don't eat the food that you're craving when you've decided to cut it out, because you're making so much progress on a deeper level than you even know. It's not just that you're not eating sugar and you're not like stimulating your brain with this like hyperactive substance, and it's not just that, it's that you're releasing these feelings, you're releasing things that are keeping you stuck in your body and in your emotions and in your soul as well. So take them as a good sign that you're moving energy, you're getting rid of stuff, and that's what you ultimately want. Because when you get rid of the root, when you get rid of the negative emotions, when you get rid of the low vibrational energy that's stuck in your body, wherever it's stuck, then, and we all have that, if we don't have like the ideal health and body and vitality that we want, we always have room to improve. So when you move that out, you get to the root of the problem, and then your body won't go back to even wanting those type of foods anymore, because the place that it came from is gone. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense, you guys. But I'm gonna be talking a lot more about this in my Fueled and Focused program, which is really all about teaching you how to fuel yourself with real foods in a really simple way. So it's a 6-week course, but there's tons of cooking lessons, and I'm gonna be teaching you all of these pieces. So the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical sides of all the foods, as well as getting really hands-on and learning all these different types of greens, what you do with them, how they best are cooked. So it's an awesome, awesome group. If you want to check it out, the link is in my profile. So we start August 20th. And again, it's called Fueled and Focused. So I hope you like this video. Leave me a comment and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.